What am I good at? How can I scale this? What are my competitive advantages? And what do I need to outsource to other people that can do it better?
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Paid Search NYC podcast. Very thrilled to be joined by Jenny Gonzalez, aka the Tracking Girl today. Jenny is the co-founder and CEO of, I think, 3 companies, so very busy. All those operating in the affiliate marketing performance media space. So we're going to be chatting about affiliate marketing, paid search together, how that environment's changing, it's going deep there. Jenny, welcome and thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I am very excited to be here, actually. I think the first time we had a coffee chat, we had so much fun that we were like, oh, we should record an episode. And someone asked me today, it's like, oh, how do you get like podcast appearances? And I'm like, they just happen. Like I get on coffee chats with people and, you know, if it flows, if the conversation flows, then you understand that very likely it will make a good podcast episode. And then both sides are like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, a lot of fun. I kind of want to start with like those companies. So you've got Trackfinity, Rock Ahead, Plus Media. Quickly talk us through like what each of those does.
Plus Media is in fact it was my first company. Is my holding. Rock Ahead operates under Plus Media. So it's just like I started as a consultant when I was a junior affiliate manager. I worked out that if I became a consultant, I made more money. So companies could afford to pay me the same amount of money. And by me doing my own taxes and running my company, I could be doing better. So it worked out for everyone. So that's Plus Media. Plus Media has been around for like 14 years and it's been my little experiment. Then Rock Ahead 5 years ago. So I worked my way from junior affiliate manager to CEO in the first 10 years of my career. And then I opened Rock Ahead. I quit my gig as CEO, which was very comfy. And I decided to open my own affiliate network. And then I went not just one vertical, but I went across different verticals, and this being like a great learning experience. And as of 2 years ago, I got together with some of the smartest people I know, also based in New York. And we decided to like revolutionize the tracking side of the affiliate marketing industry, pretty much using all of our experience to put together a tool that will help everyone. But when you're running an affiliate program, it's not just the affiliate program, it's how that interacts with everything else in the company. And that all comes from my own experience running affiliate programs. So that's kind of what each one of them does. Plus Media was the consultancy. Rock Ahead is the affiliate network. And also my little testing lab for Trackfinity. Rock Ahead runs on Trackfinity. And Trackfinity is the software company. That's the breakdown.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure that keeps you very busy running all 3 of those. Okay. So I guess we're probably going to be talking more on the Trackfinity side because we're going to be talking about how paid search interacts with affiliate. And a lot of that is tracking. So maybe let's start off with, how does paid search show up in that world for you?
Well, normally when you're running a company, depending on the stage where you are, you want to have, usually you have a department for paid search and you have another department for affiliates. And a lot of times those departments are not friends because there is a lot of thing with attribution and taking sales from each other. And also, as you know, affiliates being affiliates and running things that they shouldn't be running. But once you start moving up in the company and you see outside of just paid search or outside of just affiliate, then you start seeing how the whole picture works together and how PR and how everything, every single piece helps each other out. So that's kind of like depends on the vertical as well. A lot of affiliates are very, very good at paid search. And the fact that they're willing to upfront the cost to promote your product, it is a fantastic way for you to grow your company with paid search without having to have the budget or the in-house expertise. So that's kind of how they work with each other. You have to set rules. Everyone needs to play nicely together, but it is possible.
Got it. Yeah. So that makes sense. So where you don't have an in-house team or where you don't necessarily have access to those expertise, nice risk-free way to have affiliates do that for you. Let's talk about the rules and the guardrails then. So where's it go wrong?
Well, I think we spoke about this at some point, and it was, I want to say like 2011 when Google changed the rules. Before, no one could bid on your brand. Not your competitors, not affiliates, like no one could bid on your brand. It was your brand. You could claim it. It was easy. But because people like money and everyone is in business to make more money, then that default rule changed for everyone. And now not only can anyone bid on your brand and in your brand terms, but you're fighting them for your own stuff. So when you have an affiliate program, the number one rule, there is no brand bidding, because then your own SEO, your social media marketing, your PR, everything, the affiliate will be able to like just piggyback of that, and it's not nice. So that's usually the number one rule. And it's much easier to control your own people, but then all your competitors are going to be bidding on your key terms. So that's like a whole thing. So those are your basic guardrails for affiliate programs and paid search.
Yep.
Pretty much, this is my little part of the cake that I absolutely want to make sure it's always me. And then anything else is game. And that also includes that they might be doing stuff with your competitors' brand terms, just like your competitors' affiliates will be doing stuff with your brand terms.
So that's the affiliate bidding on your competitors' brand terms, but driving to your website.
Yes, exactly. Like your competitors are going to be bidding on your brand to drive traffic to them, because you can only control your side of the equation, right? You can only control your rules for your program. So it's not great. I don't love it, but that's kind of like the bare minimum that you can do. At least like not have them bid on your own terms.
Yep. But like I say, it comes down to people like money. And if there's a way they can make money and still stick within the rules by not bidding on that sort of brand term pool of keywords, then they're going to do that. I guess my question there is, how much does that work for them? Because competitive terms can be quite expensive. Conversion rates can be low. Like if you're bidding on stuff that's outside of the advertiser's brand and you're going on competitor brand terms or non-brand terms, does that work? Like, is that a big part of affiliate paid search?
Not necessarily. It depends on the... Okay. Yes, it depends on the product. Let's say that I'm looking for a Dyson hairdryer, right? And I found an affiliate, not for Dyson, but there is this other like brand. It's called like Lee, whatever. It gets the job done at a fraction of the price. I am looking at reviews for Dyson, but if you're a sneaky affiliate and you put that in there, my intent is already super high. And if on top of that, you convince me that this competitor is cheaper, better, the conversion rate is extremely, extremely hard to beat against anything else. Because I'm already looking for a product. I don't even know your product exists, but I'm looking for the market leader. So it depends on the term, it depends on the product, it depends on the vertical, but easy math tells you that the conversion is going to be better.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like whether or not it's good ROI or not.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't suppose you have, I don't know if TrackAffinity is able to see this, but I guess one question I have is, obviously with Google, if you're running Google ads, it's not just keyword search. You can run lots of different campaign types. You can run demand gen, performance max. Do you have any insight into what affiliates are doing in those other areas of Google? Or is that like it's one step removed? It's a little bit hard to see exactly what they're doing.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see because they don't want you to see it. Right? Best practices, like when I'm running campaigns, I want to track everything. I want to know everything. Exactly how did we get to that conversion and how do I repeat that? How do I repeat that path and scale it as much as I can? So there is like deep integrations that you can do. You can do APIs. You can do a lot of like parameters, and we do that in TrackAffinity. But a lot of times, depending on what they're doing and what they're allowed to do, there is a competitive advantage to what they're doing. So at the end of the day, they're driving traffic to you. If you give your advertiser the winning formula, what other than moral stance stops them from replicating exactly what you're doing and not paying your commission for it?
I get
We land into like a very, very interesting area.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. Not one you can put a definitive yes or no, or it's not black and white. I guess that my mind goes towards like the cost. So the reason you don't run on brand terms is because I could probably run that internally in-house cheaper. So I guess it's where does that affiliate have an advantage in terms of how they run it? And it's usually going to be their expertise, because I don't have that expertise. I think the other thing I really like about affiliates is that, and we talked about it when we had our first chat, is that they are, by their nature, just very, very experimental and always trying new things at a pace that you probably wouldn't find in-house at the client.
You would never. You could never keep up with the creativity and the velocity that affiliates have to test and reiterate. Like their capacity to optimize, because they don't make money if you don't make money. So their job is to create that conversion. When you have an in-house team, even if they're amazing, and we're not talking badly about in-house teams, but there is less pressure. You just want to hit your targets for the quarter. You want to do this. You want to keep up with brand. This is your budget. Like with affiliates, sky's the limit. Like you are not telling them, oh, this quarter, I only want you to give me 1,000 sales. No. If they can bring 50,000 sales, you're going to be super happy. So it's down to them to scale as fast as they can. The faster they get to that conversion, the more money there is in them for them. So that hunger, that's very hard to get internally.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Makes sense. I guess, what does TrackAffinity do or provide to just ensure that the guardrails, so that doesn't get out of hand? Or, we talked about the brand search part, but what else? I mean, I go back to when I used to work in affiliate marketing, and it was normally like starting points, top level metrics. Does this metric make sense? Because if something looks incredibly too good to be true,
it's always a lie.
Exactly. So first point of call is always like, look at the numbers, but like, what else can you do to take advantage of that sort of creativity, but also just make sure that things don't go, too into the strange parts of the internet?
So when we started writing the code for TrackAffinity, our whole thing was like, let's think as the business. We love affiliates and we want to give them all the tools to get as crazy as they want to get. And as the business, how can we be 100% sure? Or no, you can never be 100% sure, but as sure as we can be that there is no funky business. So there is, you can look at everything that has to do down to not just in the campaign, not just on the traffic, you can go down to the customer. That single customer, you can see everything on that customer. You can see where they are. You can see their ISP provider. You can see any keywords related to it. As much information as like non-descriptive information as we can grab is there. Anything to help you understand if there is monkey business.
Yep.
And also to optimize, right? So you can like slice and dice the stats a million different ways. And then you kind of get to the path. You're like, in this country, on this device, in this particular thing, something is working. And you can see, you can have an affiliate, like anytime you see a magical unicorn kind of stats, you dig deeper.
Yeah.
So you have all the tools as an affiliate manager to go deeper and deeper and deeper until you get to the customer. That's the last layer, like a single conversion, and then you can zoom out to see if there is a trend.
Yep, got it. I guess having that data as well helps for lead gen, because I imagine lead gen, as with any performance media channel, there's a risk that you're going to get low quality leads. And so having that granular data really helps you to avoid that as much.
So it's that level of granular data that we have all over the place. And then we give you the tools as the affiliate manager, and even farther, as a head of affiliate, you have like different like accounts. You can customize the accessibility that each account has. But as the person logging in, you can dig as deep as you want and then zoom out to identify patterns.
Nice. How do you recruit new affiliates? I'm tapping back into my old affiliate days. It was always tricky to, like, it's very manual. You sort of, the number you outreach to versus number of responses you get back very low. Is it still like that?
Oh, it is worse. I remember when I started, I coined this term, the psycho ex-girlfriend. And I was that girl. Like, I would stalk you on Facebook, on MySpace, on Instagram, on anything. If you were online, I was going to find you. And I will write to you so much that you will get back to me. I'll be funny. I will be sarcastic. I'll become your friend. I'll be friends with your wife. I don't care. I'm going to find you. And it's going to be easier to do business with me than not to do business with me. So, having said that, it's super manual, right? So the way that I've changed the script was to start creating content. So I became a content creator. Once I started the affiliate network. I always was pretty good on socials because it was, to me, was an easier way to do business. To talk to someone at a friend level. Oh my God, we had so much fun in that conference. Like, what are you guys up to? What's working for you? Whatever, and like slowly work my way into the business. My personal approach. I hate being spam. I hate like people in my face. So I recruit affiliates the way I want to be recruited. So that's kind of like how the whole content creator started. And it's kind of taken a life on its own. So now I don't recruit affiliates. Affiliates come to me.
Nice. Yeah.
Which, you've been in affiliate marketing. It is the dream.
Sure is. That's cool. Yeah. And we could definitely chat about the LinkedIn game and how amazing you're doing there. That's a whole other episode to look into at some point. Okay. I mean, that's such a great strategy in that, you're becoming a magnet for new affiliates. So that's amazing. I guess talk us through how like an advertiser comes to you and works with Rock Ahead versus Trackfinity, or do they work with both if they're coming at it from like completely new?
They can potentially work with both, right? And you could say like, oh my God, no, I don't want you to be my provider for the tracking, because then if you're sending me traffic, then you have full insights into my stats. The reality is I don't have time for that. Right? So I focus a lot more onto building a good product. And then in Rock Ahead, I also don't manage campaigns. So all I am is a funnel for everyone to talk to because I love talking. So I am the funnel. I pass the affiliates and the advertisers onto Rock Ahead, if that makes sense. And because I was an advertiser for 10 years, then if the advertiser needs help on how to run the affiliate program and the tracking and all of that, then I take them under my wing on the Trackfinity side. But the reality is that I work a lot more on Trackfinity than I work on Rock Ahead. However, Rock Ahead is my little testing ground. I go into new verticals. I go into new things to understand that you can trust people to tell you what they need. They'll tell you what they think they need, and then they don't use it. And you spend way too much time and money developing. So I try to run into the same problems that my clients are running into and then develop the software to solve those problems. So that's kind of how it works. If someone comes up to me and they're an advertiser and they want to work with Rock Ahead, I pass them on to the team. If it's an affiliate, again, pass it on to the relevant team. And if it's on the Trackfinity side, I kind of like hold their hand until they're up and running, because a lot of times you realize people that are starting new programs, they never run a program before. So there is a lot of things that if you don't know, experience tells me, because I was there, that you're going to get so burned. So what I try to do is use my own experience. Like, okay, I used to run all my stuff in-house and affiliates in the same platform. So I could compare. I could compare my media buying team to my pay ads to my affiliates. And then you choose where the budget goes. So I kind of teach advertisers how to do that, because it's much easier to log, and the platform is ready for that. It's much easier to log into one place and be able to compare everything, but at the same time have the flexibility to have affiliates just use it as an affiliate program, to have your affiliate managers only see their affiliates, but then you come in and you're the Wizard of Oz and you can see everything.
Nice. Got it. That makes sense. Okay. So if people are running an affiliate program or even looking to start one, they can work with you either way. I guess just as we wrap up, what are the kind of the main things you'd say to someone maybe who's running an affiliate program for maybe paid search, things like our I think we generally cover the main bits, like make sure you've got those brand guidelines in place and you don't bid on brand, keep an eye on that.
You can also say no paid search whatsoever.
Yeah.
That is like an absolutely valid choice. If you have a good in-house team and you don't want the work of that team to be cannibalized by affiliates, you can also, it's your program. You set your rules. So you can absolutely say, you know what, anything that has to do with paid search, we're going to do in-house. Especially if you're like in e-commerce, then it starts getting very, very murky waters.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you're doing. And pretty much, your program, your rules. You run it however you decide, and based on whatever in-house expertise you have. So if it were you, you'll be like, no, I'll deal with all the paid search. Screw it. Right? But probably you will go as far to outsource the whole affiliate program. Right? Because you don't want to deal with it. But if it were me, I'll be like, you know what? Affiliates is where I flow. I would rather work with affiliates on the paid search and still get the same results. There are no rules. There is no formula.
Yes.
It's down to whatever works for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's ultimately what everyone needs to like have an honest conversation with themselves and be like, okay, what am I good at? How can I scale this? What are my competitive advantages? And what do I need to outsource to other people that can do it better?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess another way to frame that or say the same thing is like, you can't do everything. You can't run every channel not well. So
I mean, you could have like stupid budget. and hire best of class everywhere. But even then, do you want to? Is it profitable to do it like that? Like, it just depends.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of companies that can't even afford to do that. So,
Oh, if you can afford it, then for sure, you have to outsource some of it. But imagine like all the people that have like VC funding, sky's the limit. Go. Here is like a bunch of millions, make it work. And then you run into that whole, I want to do it all in-house. I want to have control. I want to do everything. It's a first choice. Like, there are no rules. It's down to you in an honest conversation what you're able to do and what you want to do so that you're actually efficient and happy in general with your business, and you don't want to like wake up every day and be like, here we go. So it's down to like be honest with yourself. If you are amazing at paid search, even if you're the founder, if you truly believe no one is gonna kick butt more than you at paid search, then you need to be running paid search. Regardless, play to your strengths. Whatever it is that you're good at, make sure that you set up your business so that you only do that you're very, very good at. That would be my advice.
That's great advice. Just not even within affiliate marketing or marketing in general, just running a business. Like, do what you're really good at, and then everything else, find the people who are better at it than you and get them to do it. So that's very great advice generally. Awesome. Well, I feel like we could probably spend a lot more time chatting about this and also just like the things we touched on the LinkedIn side. But we can wrap it up there. This is really fun. Thanks for coming on, Jenny. And
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you.